So we'll see in a second here. How is Bird so far ahead? Alright, Bird. Alright, so we'll sync up those two. I have absolutely no idea what's going on with Bird's stream, but it's okay. So these three, actually, well, all three racers, it'll be interesting to see. I'm actually really curious to see kind of like who did their practice and not. In my opinion, Rainbow Islands, this game, so I guess if anybody is like just joining, how we set up these races is we randomly pick just like it's just a randomly selected choice. There's a website that we just massively, I guess, like click on, and it spits out 5 games. So the 5 games that it spit out this time was Rainbow Islands, Powerblade 2, Antarctic Adventures, which is pretty free, Solomon's Key, which is not free, and then Kabuki's Quantum Fighter. And out of all the games, this one is really cool. I can honestly see it being a pretty good speed game. I'm actually very curious to see, you know, kind of like who decided to maybe learn some strats here. You can definitely tell Cat's trying to like jump on the rainbows. It's really weird because if you walk on the rainbow, it doesn't fall, but if you jump on the rainbow, it like kind of like falls apart. But I can imagine this game in particular being a pretty decent speed game. It has some very decent movement. As you can see, Kat in her screen literally just found like some kind of like sneaker or something like that, and she can really run around now. So the goal in this one is to beat the stage 8 boss, which is like this weird helicopter looking guy. And definitely, as you saw by Chill's stream, if you get hit, it's a 1-hit KO. So it's partially unforgiving, but yo, what's up, Yogi? Yeah, Yogi's a god at Solomon's Key. So these ugly black timers are my fault. I gave the runners the wrong timer outlay. They set it up correctly, but in any screen that's not black, it's gonna show pretty badly. And I'll put that one on me. So that's definitely my fault. So Birdman, his timer is a little bit strange. As I said, he's being captured in a different way from Streamlink because for whatever reason his stream was giving me a lot of trouble. But he just killed, I guess, the spider thing, which is the first kind of like round boss. So he's got like basically one more world to go. And he did that at about 250. So Cat's a little bit behind, same with Children. So even though Birdman's timer is ahead, he's still basically ahead. He actually moved through, I guess, this little portion the fastest so far. This actually, I think, was... I don't know the history, maybe like somebody in chat knows that. This was like the continuation of Bubble Bobble, or like some kind of spin-off where I think these kids that are like in the Bubble Bobble universe are basically like the end of the game in Bubble Bobble when they transform, by the way, spoilers. But they transform back from like those dinosaurs into humans. Like I think these games are supposed to be the continuation of that. They were called like Rainbow Islands or something like that. So Chill picked up the sneakers. Cat has the sneakers. Bird does not have the sneakers. He's the only slow guy going around. See, like on Cat's screen right now, this kind of rainbow mechanic looks really cool. I think this is very cool. So that is a very cool way to do that stage. So there's some speed tech that went into there. Hey Yoshi, welcome. You heard once in a lullaby? It could be. So there you go. Cat just killed the weird... I don't know what that thing is supposed to be. Squid? Something like that. There's some pretty cheap enemy placement. I was actually surprised. Like, I practiced some of these games, but then I decided, okay, like, I'll obviously restream it. But there's some pretty cheap enemy placement in the sense that, like, sometimes when you, like, start on a level and you immediately, like, jump or you immediately move, it's, like, directly above your head and you instantly get killed. One thing I'm not sure of this game is if there's, like, finite continues. I wasn't 100% sure on that one. I didn't get to experience the glory that is Rainbow Islands enough yet anyway to figure that part out, but... Multiple bubble bobbles used for no good reason. So, it's like, I don't know what happens here too. I guess like the points are pretty not pointless. But I'm not sure how useful extra lives are in kind of like a format like this. Because I would like to think that maybe there's like a continuation from the beginning, much like Bubble Bobble 1. Ooh, untimely death. That's the other thing too, is like when you die in this game, it actually takes a pretty long time to respawn. So not only do you die and lose time, respawning takes a long time to come back to you. Look at all the sneakers on Birdman's stream. Or wait, was those sneakers? Maybe that was steaks or something. Whoops, I'm not sure what it was. So not completely free walking up these rainbows. They were just like a rack of sneakers? Okay, so this is the first goal of this little game. It's this little helicopter boss, which can give you a lot of issues. I'm not 100% sure if like the bosses in this are completely random, but I guess we'll see when somebody else gets there if he has the same kind of pattern or not. But the boss is not the greatest boss for sure. Birdman was complaining earlier, he's not a friendly boss at all. But he is the first to approach, I guess, the helicopter thing. Maybe we can give lore. Why is it a helicopter? Why are they fighting a helicopter? Nobody knows. But do we want to know? Probably. So kind of cool that you can drop the rainbows like that. Man, Birdman taking another death on the helicopter. So Chill just getting to the spider. Alright, spider dead. Much easier than the helicopter in comparison. And there you go, helicopter dead. So Birdman's gonna switch off games. Kat just approaching the helicopter herself. And the next game in line is Power Blade 2. Power Blade 2 is a weird one. When we were going through that blind a couple of days ago, so the goal in Power Blade 2 is to beat any stage, and right off the start you kind of have like a Mega Man-esque level select where you can pick whatever stage that you want. At least in stage 1 there's like a minute auto-scroller, so I'd be pretty surprised if he picks stage... He's not picking stage 1, okay. So he's gonna go pick stage 3. Why stage 3? That's a good question. Probably no auto-scroller in there, but stage 1 had like literally like a minute and a half auto-scroller, so it took a really long time. I'm not sure of the difficulty of stage 3 compared to stage 1 or any of the other stages, but I'm curious once Kat kills the helicopter, if she also picks stage 3. And this helicopter's kind of a jerk, huh? Oh man, that was a pretty cheap death. Like, it touched the tippy of her toe. So she has 2 lives left. Curious again to see what happens when the game over. And Power Blade 2, you have like this little dash slide thing. It's kind of weird, honestly. I'm not sure if it's like a good mechanic. It's very similar to like Mega Man 3 dash. Or slide, rather. You seem to get hit a lot when you dash. But I do appreciate Bird trying to dash as much as he can there. And there you go, helicopter dead. Cat can move on. Immediately resets, like I'm out of here, man. Alright, so I have no idea what's going on in Birdman's stream. He's fighting a dragon. Ah, the dragon has those little power suits. So in Power Blade 2, I guess you can find these power suits to increase your damage. But Yeah, I think you get like a suit right after, which is why he's doing that. So curious to see where Kat's going to start. She's just doing stage 1. She's gonna take the auto scroller. So I died when we were going through this blind, probably, I don't know, a couple of days ago. I died in this stage for like 15 minutes or more. It was pretty horrible. There's some auto scrolling, obviously, as I said, it's like a minute auto scroller, but there's also some instant death in this stage too. But the stage is not super hard. It's, I guess, meant to be, you know, like maybe like an introductory stage or something like that, but there's still some pretty jank sections in there where you can immediately die and then you get set back actually a pretty far distance. So Chill opting to go up like the building opposed to the side like the other runners did. I'm not sure if that's harder or easier. It looks substantially harder if you fall. So yeah, that suit thing, it gives you, I guess, flight and a stronger attack. Bird, I don't know what happened with Bird's timer. It's very quick for sure. So I'll just have to kind of I'll have to like look at it after. He had to be captured in a different way because like the way that I was capturing everybody, it just, for whatever reason, it didn't load his stream. But that's okay. We'll just have to use like the old-fashioned manual thing and fix it in post. So the flight, I'm actually kind of curious, like the flight controls, kind of janky. The door for like this dragon thing, Kat just grabbed a burger, which is probably something I'll never say in real life. But she is approaching the door that she can, I guess, like get her own little power suit, so I'm curious if she goes in there or not. This door right here is where she would collect it, and she's opting to skip it. So, oh, not the burger though, she's going back for that. We'll see if Chill can kill this helicopter of hell. It's cornering, ooh, maybe it's safe. So that was quick. Bird just flashed through that for sure. And yeah, it looks like corner cheese at the helicopter. Pretty safe strat there. So Bird's on Antarctic Adventure. This game is pretty free. Curious to see again where obviously Chill goes for the next stage. But this particular game that Bird is on is very free. Like, as I said, we randomly generated all these games and Arctic Adventure just came up. This is actually the first time that Kat and I heard of this, although I do remember a long time ago, actually my brother's in chat, we had a friend back then like that lived very close to the house that we grew up in named Cody, and he actually had this game on like a multi-cart bootleg thing. But going through it, the goal is to beat stage 3, so for some reason there's like 2 Australias in this game. You beat Australia and then I think it's like New Zealand or something, so you'll see on Birdman's screen right here, it says Australia, and then I think it's like New Zealand is the second stage, and then for some reason it's Australia again for the third stage. But it's very free. Like it's probably the easiest game on this list. You can bump these little ice like holes or whatever you want to call them, or seals, or get hit by fish multiple times and then still not time out. I don't know what happens if you time out. Like I don't think it happened to anybody in practice. So there's a lot of lenience there in the first 3 levels. So by far none, this is like the easiest goal and the easiest game on this list. As I say that, Bird's taking hits left and right. So Kat dying and Power Blade. This level is actually pretty tricky, especially the section that she's doing right here. I had a hard time actually throwing kind of like diagonal and hitting those guys down there. But so Bird has 46 seconds left to make it over there. Let's see if he can in time. And Chill catching up to Kat a little bit. Both, I wonder if he's gonna take the suit. So this auto scroller that Kat's on is a very painful death. At the very top there's like this spike section that's kind of lame, honestly. So we'll see if Chill takes the suit here or not. He does not. So they're both literally not choosing to take the suit. So it's just Birdman that took the suit. But so Cat, yeah, the very slow auto-scroller. She's approaching the top, which is kind of a scary section because there's like these weird spikes. If you don't play that section very slow, there's no checkpoint if you die. So this whole, again, auto-scroller is like 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes or something like that. If you get your head clipped on those spikes, then you just lose that time. Whatever reason, there's literally no checkpoint whatsoever in this game, or at least this level. Yeah, the penguin's pretty cute, I can give you that. Ooh, Birdman with the hat strats. So this is Australia 2, which is ironically on stage 3. It's got 22 seconds to make it to the little hut thing. But yeah, he's there. So Birdman's done. Can probably switch audio to Birdman even though he's being captioned in a different way. So I will do that. I didn't actually check to see if Birdman's audio was coming through nicely, but... So up next we have Solomon's Key. Okay, we can raise Birdman's stream a little bit higher. Yeah, Solomon's Key was kind of probably the hardest one on this list, honestly. At least casually. So if you learn the game like Yogi here, who is an absolute god, it's definitely not as hard, but I was actually really surprised. This one moved really well. And I can understand Yogi why you honestly speedrun it. Like, I think it makes for a better speedrun game than a casual game for sure. And you definitely don't get to appreciate the movement. Sure, we'll raise it up a bit. I can't really raise it a huge amount because just Bird has it lower on his end, so that's probably as high as I can make it. So, Chill almost at the boss. Cat literally just killed the boss. Cat moving on to Antarctica. Oh, weird death for Chill. You gotta be careful. If you game over here, you just get sent back. Like, there's no continue or checkpoints at all. So you'll have to do this entire stage auto-scroller and all again. And Bird just blasting through Solomon's Key. So the casual goal was pretty hard originally. I think most people spent the most time on Solomon's Key for sure, just because it's like this weird blend of like logic game and platformer. Bird probably meant to destroy that block because it kills that enemy. And that potion he picked up is a fireball. So it is in a little bit better shape now. I saw people use the fireball here. I just made a bridge across. Okay, so he's just going to use the fireball to kill those little guys. I just made a bridge above them since they didn't seem to hit that way. We'll see if Chill can escape Power Blade 2 here. This boss, I think you can just out DPS. He didn't seem too painful or, you know, like completely random or anything like that. Yo, Robert, welcome on in. So Chill is almost out. Got like 2 hits. There you go. 2 hits left on that boss. And Birdman is doing pretty good. This level is kind of a weird one. You have like shots being shot at you from obviously the left and the right. There was one strategy when I was doing this casually where you just like massively build really fast. I guess if you take it safe like this, the shots line up in such a way that you're not getting like the floor knocked out from you. So that was a very efficient way to do that stage. And Chill and Cat still on Arctic Adventure, running with their little penguin lives. Yeah, Penguin Wars was a good one. I always like Penguin Wars. So Cat's on stage 2 out of 3. So Chill is currently in last place. Both Cat and Chill are on the 3rd game. Birdman's on the 4th game. And Chill is literally 2 levels behind for, at least in this particular game, Arctic Adventure. And Arctic Adventure is pretty short. Like, it's probably only like a 3 or 4 minute goal. So how this like little race format works is we just randomly generate 5 games and then we give them partial goals. So you can just see on Chill's screen, he beat Australia. There's another level, I think it was New Zealand, I can't remember. Maybe it was France because Hamster keeps saying France. But the 2nd level, whatever it was. And then the 3rd level is again Australia for some reason. So you go back to Australia and that's the whole goal for this one. So Kat's just about to beat this goal, you know, provided nothing tragic happens to her little penguin. And once she's done, she'll switch, but Chill basically has 1 more stage to go, which, not given circumstances, is that bad of a like a time loss or whatever, because like the stages themselves are, you know, about a minute long or something. So curious to see how Cat does in Solomon's Key. Birdman almost out of Solomon's Key. Very cool to see Birdman that learned this, honestly. There's like no way to bluff through Solomon's Key. There's like, you'll get killed. Like you gotta learn strats for at least Solomon's Key. I feel these other games, like you could probably bluff your way through in a reasonable amount of time. Like this wasn't a hard list. Unlike Qbert, the first list, oh my goodness, Qbert was horrible. But yeah, Solomon's Key is something that you need to learn strats for, and oop, Birdman took a death there. What's up, base guy? Ah, it was France, okay. Vive la France. So Chill just beat France, and this is the last stage for him. Australia number 2. Ooh, man, the big time loss. Birdman took a game over there. So, just like that, Cat's in the lead. So let's see if Cat did her homework. Yeah, I guess that's another thing to point out too. Solomon's Key didn't have any kind of continues or anything like that. So I wouldn't go so far to say it's like this race is Qbert. Qbert was disastrous. Like racing Qbert was just not great. Because the time loss there was like 17 minutes and it was very, very difficult like not to die. But at least Solomon's Key, like if you learn the strats, the stages up until 7 aren't that horrible. That was like the one thing that I learned before I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll do commentary and stuff like that today. So there you go. Chill, beating Australia number 2. Why do you go back to Australia? Why is Australia covered in snow? We don't know these questions. Or the answers to them anyway. Yeah, the first randomly generated list that we ever did, Qbert was on there, which was awful. And then we listened to Lord Yogi's advice, who actually runs Qbert for fun. And he's like, yeah, 3-4 is a good goal. So we're like, okay. 3-4 is a painful goal. So Cat taking a death there too. Having a bit of a hang up on this stage. So she's got to go back to the beginning again. And everybody is on Solomon's Key, which is actually pretty funny. So let's see if Birdman can get through here without dying again. Because that would be pretty important. Because he's technically in the lead right now. Yeah, Qbert was a really rough one. I'll switch back to Cat's audio just so it was a little bit louder. So I'll go like that because we were capturing Birdman from a weird source. And tell me if that's not too loud. That should be louder than it was for Birdman's. Qbert's goal was exactly as you said, 3-4. I feel 3-2 in kind of like a more casual setting where you only have a couple of days to learn it would have been a little bit better. But we went with 3-4, and in that particular race, I raced 2, and it took. I died and I game overed and I lost like 17 minutes. So keyword was super rough. So I like how Chill Dragoon has a mouse cursor on his screen. That's not my mouse cursor, just so people know. I love the mouse cursor. So Birdman, close to finishing Solomon. Just really needs to not die again. I feel this game by far was definitely the hardest game. Kabuki was... Ooh, look at those jumps by Cat. Kabuki was a little bit difficult too, but nothing like Solomon's Key. Even though it was like more Kabuki, Solomon's Key I think was easier to die on. But you know, like the one-hit death. So that was pretty slick by Cat actually, just like jumping over that entire fireball. Or Sparky thing, whatever this thing is called. So Birdman really struggling with this stage. He's not making a whole lot of progress. He's very, very slow. Ooh, that was close too by Birdman. So Cat's almost caught up here. Actually, Chill, too. They're both really close behind. And you have to remember, with the weird delay, it's actually possible that... Well, maybe not yet, because Birdman just beat it, so there you go. Birdman moving on to Kabuki. I was gonna say, with the weird delay on Birdman's stream, it might be possible that he's actually a little bit ahead. So Kabuki was a weird one. It was kind of funny to see that one pop up. A long time ago, Baze actually... we almost learned Kabuki together. It was actually really close. So Kabuki is kind of like this science fiction-y kind of platformer. You're this girl, I presume, with long hair anyway. And you're running through... And you have a bunch of sub-weapons, and you have, I guess, like, limited energy to use them, which is your chip energy. And this move's pretty good. So Cat finishing Solomon's Key there, and she can move on to Kabuki as well. I did see Cat practicing Kabuki quite a bit, or not quite a bit, but that was like one of the things that she first practiced anyway when she was checking out this list. So maybe her Kabuki is stronger than Solomon's Key. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, you're a guy in this game? No, I didn't watch the cutscenes. I'm sorry. Okay, that's a guy, apparently. I don't know these things, man. Yeah, Birdman seems to be moving through pretty decently. When Kat was practicing this, like, she was doing quite a bunch of decent damage boosts. It was actually pretty cool to see, like, the way that she was learning it. So it's very possible that Kat could catch up on Bird here, because she was learning really, really decent, actually, strats, where she was being, like, boosted forward by water in later stages, sorry. So this first boss, maybe Base Guy can tell us. I don't know if this guy is random, but he's definitely a pain. He jumps around a lot. You can see it on Birdman's screen. When we were practicing this, like, I learned it a little bit, but I did not spend enough time on Kabuki before I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to be streaming this and doing the commentary and stuff. You can manipulate him. Okay, it's based on your position. So Kat, literally just approaching rather the boss door, just as Birdman literally killed the boss. So not much time behind them. Let's see how Kat handles the boss. Yeah, this boss was kind of annoying casually because he was really jumpy, but so it looks like everybody's on Kabuki, which is pretty nice actually. Pretty close race. The next two bosses are RNG. So there's like certain sections in the water where if you run in this stage you get boosted forward, I guess like by the water momentum. Birdman's stuck in this little sewer area attacking this thing, trying to kill it. There you go. And yeah, I think you'll see the difference here, because Kat, again, learned this stage pretty decently with the water boost and going forward. And also the boost at the very beginning as she just did by taking damage but not actually recoiling backwards. So she was boosting in such a way that she got like a forward boost out of it too. So I was watching her a couple of days ago stream and, well, run this technically. And you can literally see, you know, like the forward boosting here. She got this down pretty decently when I was watching her play it. Crawling robot has a lot of health. So I'm very curious to see how Chill does this too. I would say, like, again, not everybody like completely practiced, and everybody literally said, well, you know, it's a thing. Like, not everybody practiced like super hard, which honestly is totally fine for obviously like a casual event like this. But I feel second to Solomon's Key, like if you didn't really practice a little bit or go through this particular game, this one will wow you a little bit too. It's pretty difficult. Not in the same vein, I think, as Solomon's Key, but it's pretty easy to die on this one. So there's a stage coming up, it's after the second boss, and there's kind of like a vertical climb, which I think is honestly going to separate Cat and Bird. And yeah, Cat just finished the second stage, so we'll see how Bird finishes here. So this is the second boss, and Bird is just about to enter the second boss too. Actually, maybe something else that you can shed light on, Base Guy, is how do you change your life for Chip? That was something else that we couldn't quite figure out in the time that we had. Because in certain bosses, Callum somehow does that. So Cat technically ahead here for sure. Bird is, by his stream time, you know, like 10 seconds behind, so that basically means Cat's about 10 seconds ahead now. And Chill literally just killed the first one as well. Oh man, what a death by Bird. So this stage right here that Cat just entered is kind of shitty. There's like a really strong kind of like vertical climbing element in this stage. And depending on the sections that you're climbing, it's extremely time consuming if you get knocked down by accident. So I don't blame her at all. There's a couple of sections like this where you're probably just gonna wait for like a certain fireball or something like that to pass through. But yeah, this whole stage was kind of a nightmare when I was watching her practice it too. Like, she was getting knocked off platforms, and cool little zip that she just did there, but I was watching her get knocked off platforms, and then it's just like crazy. Like, you lose like 20 seconds or 30 seconds depending where you are on the stage. So Birdman entering stage 3. Chill doing pretty good. He's keeping up the pace. This is actually a very close race so far. But you want to know why that is? There's no keyword. 100% correlation, the race is close because keyword isn't in this list. So that spike ball is probably the most annoying one, honestly. It was like made to like specifically knock you off the ledge there. And Cat approaching the end of this level. Doing pretty good on the climb. Birdman's doing pretty good on the climb too. You can tell Birdman put in a little bit of practice not falling off the ledges and stuff as well. Level. Don't listen to Yogi. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That was an interesting thing that happened on Chill's stream. I don't know what's going on with the water on that section. I've never seen that before. I wonder if it's like his emulator or... I've never seen that kind of like visual glitch. So he's just like running through like actual waterfalls. I'm not sure if that's supposed to happen or not, but he's making his way through for sure. So Cat on the boss. She's very close to time here. And there you go. So Cat technically first place. Birdman falling off a little bit of the platforms there, but still making his way up the tower. GG Cat. So Birdman entering the boss door, slightly behind there. And as Birdman does that, Chill is killing the second boss. Yeah, Yogi, please. I don't think anyone was happy with Keybert that day. It's pretty bad. So Bird did pretty good. He was only... well, now at this point he's about a minute behind, but... yeah, Chill's really fighting some emulator, like, power pack issues. He's got some pretty visual glitches. Like, whatever's going on there. That's, like, maybe we should just say that Chill won because he's running through this. Like, where are the platforms there? There you go. Oh, game over! Bird actually died. So he has to go all the way back. Dang, man, that's a horrible glitch. Tickle Bird choking on the last fight. Oh man, that's rough on Chill's side. But I wonder if he could... I wonder if he was practicing and he just didn't realize this, or like, how did that happen? Or he was possibly or maybe he didn't practice this section. Maybe he didn't get to it yet. I'll have to see afterwards, but that's a pretty rough visual glitch for sure. No, it's definitely not normal. So Bird choked, man. I wonder if he'll choke again. He could choke, and Chill could take second. Oh man, oh no! Dude, it's so brutal when it like flashes like that. It just takes away all your vision. It's like terrible. Oh man, I wonder what causes that literally. Alright, all you gotta do is get up there. Oh, a little bit more. Dude, the suffering is real. So I feel Bird has a slight advantage. I can switch audio, but I'll switch it to Chill. We'll do it this side. So we'll go over here. And then there you go. Oop. Is his audio muted? It's very low. I don't know if I can raise that higher. Okay, well. Apparently we'll switch back to Cat's audio. Chill has his extremely low, so we can't really do much about that one. We get to hear this beautiful, like, 2-note song. Dude, Wario's Woods is a step up from whatever this is, so go ahead. I leave entertaining the people with your musical choice. Whatever you want to do, it's on you. So Birdman back at the boss, probably gonna end it. Hopefully he doesn't choke again. Minimalism. So actually the boss giving Birdman kind of an issue. You know, he's down lower health than the boss. Take out this Wario. Dang. Chill literally fighting through the world to get up on these platforms. Man, Birdman dying on the boss again. Having some issues with this boss. So we'll see if we can... man, Chill's in a rough shape though too. He doesn't have the health to take any more hits here. Yeah. So there he goes, all the way back down. So Birdman finally making a dent in this boss. Hopefully. Chill is the winner. Honestly, like, yeah, this is a pretty rough visual glitch to like compete with. Like the fact you could go through this for real. Like this glitch isn't that bad if it was just happening on kind of like a stationary plane. But the fact that you're on a vertical ascension as this is happening is probably like the worst combination that you can get. You hate this game. You're doing so good too, Bird. Classic Bird choke, yeah. I will try to do something real quickly here. See if I can open up Bird's stream the other way. Alright, keep that up in the background. So, not sure if Chill wants to keep going in these kind of extreme circumstances here. But... oh no, like... yeah, that's okay, man. That's 100% okay, I completely understand. You tried. That was a pretty rough one. Well, I'll leave it up to you guys. If you want to re-race, like maybe not up to Kabuki, because we can axe Kabuki if it was completely shitty for Chill. But if we're good, I guess, as well. All kinds of orange boxes on the screen now. Yeah, I wonder if it was like a bad ROM or like what went on there. No, like that's such a horrible glitch to have, man. Did that happen like when you were practicing before? What was going on? No, it looked horrible for sure. Yeah, I think if you guys are good, you can be good. Dude, 100%. Like, when the screen was exploding like that, it's pretty shitty. Okay. Yeah, it made me wonder, literally. Yeah, I think that's gonna probably do it for us again. If anybody is interested in joining it next time, I feel most people are in the Discord anyway, but you know, it's an open invitation. I probably, like, Kat and I probably won't do another one of these because we have that big marathon coming up on January 27th, so probably not gonna have another one until after that. Thank you guys again for participating. Definitely go follow them, all good people. And I guess I'll send you guys to Dr. Moocows, who's doing some kind of Atari stuff right now. He's an interesting guy. He's doing kind of like these patch challenges on Atari, and they had, I guess, like in the olden days, like when you bought an Atari game, it was actually really cool. The developers put in like the back of the manual and stuff like that. Stuff saying like, oh, if you get a certain amount of points or something like that, you can take a picture of your score and then you can send it to, I guess like Atari headquarters or whatever it would have been back then. And they would actually send you like a physical patch. A patch being, you know, like something you could sew on your whatever, or hand. No, you don't sew it on your hand. Sew it on your sleeve. Oh man, that would be incredibly painful. Yeah, good job, Cat. Good job, Bird. Good job, Chilla. Thank you guys for participating again. And yeah, I guess we're done here. But thank you again very much. Yeah, a tattoo voucher. Ugh.